Hey there, everybody. What's going on? It's Jordan Johnson, your host of Hack of All Trades, and we have another installment of the Hack of All Trades. All right. So, as you know, try things out. Most likely, don't stick with them. That's okay. Currently, at the moment, sometimes it comes down to this. When you're somebody who likes to try new things, you often have to spend money to buy those things. Unfortunately, this amazing podcast is not anywhere near the listener levels of somebody like on YouTube or somewhere else who might get sent products to review. That's not the case. I buy things I actually want, and I'll tell you about them. Currently, at the moment, not too much fancy new stuff to show you. And really, I was like, what am I going to talk about in this episode, in this installment? And really, I still don't know. So I'm just gonna ramble and see what happens. See if I can get a quality Bill Burr Monday morning podcast level recording done with just off the top of my head talking about whatever. So we'll see how that goes. I guess if we are gonna talk any gear or gadgets, I'm running into a small sort of signal issue right now in my chain. So I'm getting some weird buzz and hiss when I'm turning the volumes like all the way up on the amp and my Focusrite. And so that's kind of like an annoying thing to hear that when you're getting the volume near 70 to 80% and it starts coming in real quiet. It gets kind of annoying to have to even think about or even think that it might be there even at 50% or influencing your listening. So, blah. So I decided I'm going to take some action. And I am going to. Well, I was looking into what can reduce it, and there's all sorts of things on how you can reduce it. I tried updating my drivers. I tried. Ooh, pardon me. I tried all the stuff that you read online for kind of reducing the noise coming through the signal, and unfortunately, I've been unsuccessful in sort of finding a great solution there. So, what I did find seems like it might help. We will see. Is the iDefender? I'll show you it now. This iDefender 3.0 external USB ground loop eliminator. So it seems to help, and most of the reviews seem fairly positive on it working on reducing sort of ground loops or issues with just some noise introduced into your chain somewhere. So we're gonna try out this handy dandy little dude. See if that gets us to a happier place. I mean, I'm in a happy place. Don't get me wrong. My audio setup's got me feeling quite nice these days. And yeah, I just thought I would share this little cool piece of gadgetry. Cause yeah, everybody might need something like this. If you've got some weird issues when you turn up your volume, you're getting some weird signal. Maybe check out one of these. See if it's for you. Because it might fix some issues. And I believe it does have some sort of external power unit or power. I'll just USB it. See if it works. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what it does. It may not be anything. It may be great. Who knows? We're just gonna hope that it works how we want to. But yeah, so that's kind of my goal right now with my audio. A little bit of a continuation from yesterday. Is that I'm generally trying to get that dialed in nicely. Just because, yeah, it's my current obsession. Other than that, let's see what's going on in the world. What's going on in life? Well, we can talk world news or politics. No, No, maybe another day. Maybe another day I'll share all of my political beliefs for the world to scrutinize. Um, but not this day. Not this day. Um, but yeah, so, I mean, I'm not talking my politics, but the world of politics are crazy right now. Just gonna lay low, hang out, watch the storm go by out the window. That's all. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. You can take that to mean whatever you want, but that's all I'm doing. Um, yeah. Other than that, whew, in my world, things are okay. In case you did not know, um, I am planning a wedding with my lovely fiance. She's a cool gal. If you ever get the chance to meet her or see her on a stream, maybe I'll have her come on once. But yeah, she's awesome. I'm very excited. I feel like if you don't say that laughing or not like laughing but smiling and extra happy, then it seems like people might think you're I don't know, in a terrible relationship or not actually enjoying yourself. But I am. Um really really excited. We got a wedding to plan and that's kind of consuming a lot of my spare time. So a lot of spare time I might spend, drawing or reading or blah 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 blah, anything. Is often dedicated towards cleaning up any loose ends for the wedding coming up. So that's kind of where my head's at a lot lately is just kind of getting the wedding together because in case you didn't know, in case nobody told you, weddings are expensive, very expensive. And they don't have to be expensive. Don't get me wrong. I know it's a decision you make to spend the money. But yeah, they're just expensive and they require a lot of attention to detail, a lot of making sure everybody's informed, everybody knows what they need to do when, by when, who's hired, who isn't, blah blah blah. So dealing with a lot of that stuff lately. And so I just don't have as much time to be the interesting, charismatic, wonderful human being that you know me to be. And no, I'm just kidding. I would probably be just as lazy. Of course, I said I'd be drawing and reading, but that's in the ideal world, right? We all know I'd probably just be sitting around watching more YouTube or something silly. But yeah, so that's kind of what's going on in my life, which is, like I said, eating into a lot of any extra time I would normally dedicate towards anything else. But yeah, that's um that's kind of the world I'm in. I'm covered up in a nice blanket here. Ooh, extra fuzzy. I maybe it's hard with the blanket on the microphone. Ooh, yeah. I don't know. Um, but yeah, so I'm just kind of ready for the wedding to actually be here because wow, it, it was literally within the week of me proposing. Um, I think it's basically just because on Facebook, when you go from single to engaged, that changes a lot about you in terms of ad targeting. And we can get into the whole ad world another day or maybe this day. But yeah, so it was like the 2 days, or seriously, I think 2 days after I proposed and we changed on Facebook. I started getting ads for everything wedding related, and same thing with my fiance. She got ads and magazines and everything. It was just like instantaneously, flick of a switch, flick of a Facebook update to status, a relationship status, instantly put us on a ton of lists to get information about weddings. However you feel about that, I don't know, but I personally was not too happy about it. I get it. I'm on Facebook. I'm willingly submitting that info. I accepted the terms. I get it. But the creepy level of random or not so random third-party services outside of Facebook that seem to know I was now getting married and off of Facebook's platform, and like I said, magazines and things. Like, how does a magazine know? I didn't report it to anybody. Really, the only thing I did officially was change something on Facebook. So it gets a little creepy when that starts to happen, because they're listening for sure. I mean, I know we all know they're listening. You're just carrying around a lovely microphone all day, every day for Google and Facebook. Now you might say, well, I don't say anything interesting or blah, blah, blah. Why would they even care about anything I say? And that's kind of negating the point of your right to privacy, which is more important than whether or not you're up to no good. It's just that you should have it. You shouldn't so easily sort of step down from your right to your own data and privacy and information. So that's kind of where I stand on that, if you can't tell. And so that sort of, this whole world of Alexa, and I'm sure 10 devices might have turned on around the house, or to all you listeners. But yeah, things like Alexa and all that stuff really bug me or make me I'm excited where we're heading, but I can't always say that I'm happy about what I see. Is how I would put it. I get the convenience factor. I understand what it enables for people. It's overall, I don't think it's like out to be sort of like malevolent or evil or anything like that. But I do also, this idea of sort of the connected home that we're moving towards is really problematic for me personally. I don't know why, but mainly it's just like, do I want a refrigerator that's so smart that it knows that I'm out of milk or running out of milk, that it would say, hey, Jordan, you're running out of milk. You want to order some more? And I just say, yep. He goes, all right. And that's pretty much just Alexa, right? Hey, Jordan, we're out of milk. You want some more milk? And I go, yep, Alexa, place the order. And she goes, okay, order placed. Expect it on Tuesday. Not far from that. You can imagine that in your head, because we're there in terms of just asking your Alexa to do it. Alexa, order more dog food. All right, ordered more dog food. We're there, right? Soon, it's going to be proactive about it. And that's what really creeps me out, is do I really want Amazon and companies that, like Facebook, Amazon doesn't make too much money on what they sell. They make their margins on shipping. They make their margins on like Kindle, and many other things. The government. But we don't have to get into all those. But they don't really make money on what they send you. So it's like Facebook, your data and things like that is what makes the money, selling that to advertisers, selling that to people who they view you as, their target market for their product, right? So let's say I've got milk in the fridge, right? We'll go back to the example, and I say, Alexa, order milk. Okay, I ordered the milk. What if one time Alexa ordered a different brand of milk, right? Like, nobody would care. Maybe you wouldn't even notice or whatnot, but right? Like, the idea is still that it took your decision making out of the process, and that could be negative, could be positive in your mind. But to me, that's negative. Do I trust my health in the hands of some large, sort of company or group to be making all the perfectly right and moral and just decisions for me? And then the answer is no, I don't. I'm not saying they're going to send me poison milk, right? Like, if Amazon wanted to do population control, they probably could in a few years. Just everybody who ordered lettuce today gets the poison lettuce. All right, we're down a couple milli. Good job, everyone. Less pollution. Yay. But, I mean, they're not, they would never, well, I shouldn't say they would never do that. There's plenty of people out there who are very convicted in their beliefs about the food industry and things like that. But in general, what I'm saying is, like, obviously they're not going to put straight arsenic in your milk or something and send it to you. But, you know, there's that fact of they remove the choice. It's now Amazon's decision to send you whatever they deem best, most fit. Maybe you set it up so it's always the same kind and you're perfect, but you can see the case that I'm making, right? Is that it's kind of taking your freedom, your liberty of choice, and putting it in someone else's hands, which to me is the major convenience factor, huge hit to sort of the classical libertarian, I guess, idea of, you know, the self, or like basically just, you know, choosing for yourself, and not, you know, other people sort of picking for you, being an individual who thinks for themselves, you know, sort of thing. And I'm not saying if you buy the stuff from Amazon, you don't think for yourself. A lot of people, it's just a time thing. It's easier. I get it. Convenient. I get it. But in general, I'm going to go to the grocery store. I'm going to try and make sure I understand what foods I'm eating to the best I can. But yeah, I don't know. It's a crazy world we're advancing into, and I'm involved in, you know, I run my own business, and we run ads on Facebook, and it's a great tool. Like, if anybody tells you ads don't work, they're just bad at ads. Ads work. Like, the reason you sign on Facebook every day and see an ad every 5 stories is because they work. Facebook can sell them because they work. People have found a way to get a return on investment on ads. That's why they exist. So if you say ads don't work for your business, you whatever, that doesn't mean that's, well, first off, it's wrong. Maybe they don't work perfectly against you. Maybe you shielded yourself perfectly from them. But yeah, they work. So we do them, and I often get conflicted at thinking about the future, and just like, I don't know. Like, I'm not personally one who enjoys the fact that people can target me so directly without, you know, knowing anything about me, but know that I'm most likely to buy their thing based on all of these similar like factors to somebody else who bought, and therefore I get shown the ad. I don't know. I often just sort of wrestle with the idea of sort of my personal qualms with ads and where that space is going. Like I said, the reason smart homes and things like that, I'm not trying to say they're all a front and a cover. They're cool, but I think it's a larger aspect of collecting data. Your data is extremely valuable, whether you want to think it is or not. But the more data these corporations, companies, government, whatever has on you, the better picture of what individual you are they have. Some people totally don't see that as a threatening thing. I personally do. And it just kind of has always sort of concerned me, as we sort of move further in this space. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. I used to think growing up or getting involved in sort of the coding world, it was like, Google's my dream job. Oh, I'd love to work at Amazon. And now I don't see those places as good places to work, cool places to work. I probably just ruined my chances at ever getting hired at Google. Not that I would get hired, but I have interviewed there. I'm not trying to brag, just it happens. Random people get hired. You don't have to be all that crazy good to be at Google. They try and, man, blah, 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 whatever. You could work there if you really wanted to work your tail off and get a job there. But I'd recommend maybe not. I don't know. Ever since they changed their motto or whatever. Their tagline used to be "Do no evil," and for a while I thought that was cool, right? Like, wow, they're trying to like morally align themselves, and they're just like a search engine tool with emails and stuff. And that was years ago. And then they removed that sort of tagline. It is no longer their tagline or whatever you call it, catchphrase, blah 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 blah. So they are no longer exclaiming or stating that they do no evil as their tagline. Which to me is kind of like, I'm not saying they're like doing evil, but it's weird for that to be like your company thing for so long, and then you kind of remove it, especially when things have been getting extra hairy in that area when it comes to like free speech online, expression, whatever. And where some of these companies have kind of taken a stand. I don't know, it all gets real muddy real quick. And so I often ask myself when it's like, well, like, who wouldn't want to go work at Google? It's awesome. Lunches, food, great pay. Then at the end of the day, and I'm not saying it has to be like this religious thing, but it kind of seems like a deal with the devil in a sense, right? Like, you're kind of willing to work for this machine that you may or may not agree towards their end sort of goals or not. You may be totally convicted in what they're trying to work for. But yeah, it's kind of this weird scenario where you will take a job at Google at the cost of, maybe many things, maybe nothing. Yeah, that's, I guess, what concerns me is that, or why I kind of say maybe probably never work there, is for some reason those companies just tend to cross too many lines with me that I don't think I could work there and feel like I was doing the best work I could for the world, in a sense. Not saying that this is the best work for the world, this lovely podcast, but no, I don't know. There's a freedom and sort of a liberation with making it work your way. That I'd recommend. I don't know. Nice little side rant on ads, tech, Amazon, Google. Just a great way to make sure this video never sees the light of day is to talk about all of those things on a video or podcast, right? They'll be like, oh, we scanned your audio and we knew you were talking bad about us. Have fun with the 4 views over 6 years on this video, or whatever, 6 listens over 10 years on this podcast. I'm going to shove it to the bottom. No, I don't know. But, no, just some thoughts on things, just kind of where we're heading, things that have been on my mind lately. Yeah, just maybe take it easy on the smart home stuff, people. Wait until the cooler, better versions come out anyway. If you really got to get it, just wait for the cooler, better versions of stuff. They're kind of not amateur, just like they're kind of meh right now. But if you're going to get involved in that world, just wait. Or, like me, resist as long as you can until my fiance or soon-to-be wife will just come home with a new refrigerator that's like powered by Alexa. And I'll be like, no, did you do this to me? But who knows, when that day comes, we'll have a very special episode of Hack of All Trades. I'll be ranting about my ideas to get rid of the refrigerator. Maybe I'll do a vlog in the field of me taking it to a canyon and like throwing it in and cursing it on the way down for my 10th subscriber. All right, guys, I think that's going to be it for me today. Guys and gals. Sorry, gals. Just catering to the guys. No. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this one. It was weird. It was funny, but hey, I'm trying to just get better at getting on here, doing this thing, and showing you guys a little bit more about me. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Hack of All Trades. I'm your host, Jordan Johnson, and I will see you all next time, you hacks.